Hi, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you. It's 10 after 10 Warsaw time. I'm in Chopin Airport, Warsaw. I left Rzeszów at, the flight was supposed to be at 5 after 9. We were in the air for 10 minutes by 9:05. So, and we got here 20 minutes before arrival. So normally a 2 hour time. I had a 2 hour layover, and here I am. What can I say? It's the end of my trip. My girls are staying in Poland for 2 more weeks. I'll miss them, but here I'm at the airport. It's a beautiful airport. They have lots of amenities, and what they're looking for. Just so many things that distract you right here. They're checking people. They have very tight security here at the airport. Grab myself a beer. When I was ready to go leave from Rzeszów, they started boarding time was 30 minutes before the plane was supposed to leave. And at 25 minutes before the plane was supposed to leave, they're calling my name. I just hear a bunch of Polish, and then all of a sudden, James Horan. And I go, oh, shit. I've never had that. Luckily, it's not a big airport, so no one will know not that they would know who I am either way, but I imagine in the United States, someone knows the Jim Horan, at least a Jim Horan. But here I am, as always. I'm playing as always low airport prices for a beer. Normally be 6. Zoltis is 20. But if you think about it, it's still cheap. It's still $5 for a 20-ounce beer, where any place else in the United States would be like $12 or something like that. So I'm going to try to blow all my Zoltis before I get on the plane. Just have a little change when I get there, and I'll just have some cash in my pocket. The last couple days, I'm going to post some pictures for it. Yesterday we were coming back from the mountain retreat of Zakopane, which we had a wonderful time, and we were using a map, Apple Map app for driving, and we were going into a town that's right outside my wife's hometown, looking for a restaurant. And we're going down the street, and it said to go 2 miles and then make a U-turn. And there was just a regular 2-lane road, but in the center was a red brick divider that was maybe 2 inches higher, and most when slightly elevated 2 inches. And it kept on saying, make a U-turn, make a U-turn, make a U-turn. Eventually I made a U-turn, and someone was about maybe 200 yards away, 200 meters away. They started hitting the horn like crazy. And they're going 50 kilometers an hour. So how you're 200 meters away, how hard would that be to slow down? You're going 30 miles an hour. So they start flipping out, and they follow us back to the restaurant that we were trying to get to, which I guess you had to go 2 miles down a small 2-lane road. There's no crossing it. But it's kind of obscure because they have these arrows pointing down. I guess they should have taken a picture of it and see what it means. But it looks like in certain areas, it looks like you turn. Well, this guy got kind of really angry, and his wife was driving this big old woman. They supposedly Ukrainian people. They follow us into the parking lot of the restaurant, and they pull up, and the guy gets out of his car. Now, I don't like sitting in my car when someone's coming up to my window. I'm not opening the window to talk to him. I just want to get out because you're in a vulnerable position when you're sitting there. You really can't do anything if someone's decided they want to get violent. So I'm ready to get out. Abby grabs me, and I'm seated in the car, and the guy's standing over me. It wasn't that big a guy, too, a big, soft guy. Let's say 5'11" or something like that, but a little chubby. And I'm like, just let me get out, stand up, tell him that, all I wanted to say to him is say, hey, listen, I made a mistake, I'm sorry. But I'm sitting down, and the guy's leaning towards me, and I'm like, I'm in a real vulnerable position. The guy doesn't know English, and I just go, mistake, put my hand down. But eventually the guy thought better of it, and then I got out of it. When I got out of the car, he jumped back into his car and took off. And we didn't hear from him again. It was a lovely dinner, but we had some good times in Poland. I'm going to have to probably review them with Jenna. She'll probably do a nice interview and ask me some questions about this stuff. The one thing I'll never forget is boy, it's tough to find bathrooms. They're always crowded. And I don't know if that's a good idea for me to be drinking beer. But hey, you got plenty of planes on the airplane, right? I mean, plenty of bathrooms on the airplane. It shouldn't be no problem. I always say that. Famous last words, right? So I'm probably going to try to drink 120 zlotys worth of beer here. Get nice and sauced up before. Maybe even buy a bottle of wine. You got it, because they don't board for another hour and 5 minutes. What? According to LOT, maybe they do board earlier. So it was good. Good while it lasts. We had a good time. It's the best weather yet the day I'm leaving. The best weather. It was beautiful. It was actually beautiful when we first arrived a couple of days, but up in the mountains it was kind of rainy and cold. It averaged around mid 50s during the day, the low 40s at night. But you're not expecting that even when we weren't that close to the Arctic Circle. We were in southern Poland, the far southern part, and the mountains aren't super high. They're like the foothills of the Rockies, up to maybe 11,000 feet. But we had a great time. We were in Slovakia. The first time we went to Slovakia, we went to a more depressed area. And then the next time we went to Robert and Agnieszka and their daughter Karolinka, who are friends of ours from Zakopane. And Robert runs a tour operation out of there. And he took us all the way and took us some beautiful pictures of Slovakia. The countryside's very nice. It's very underdeveloped. When I say underdeveloped, I don't mean it's like third world underdeveloped. They haven't overdeveloped. They got a lot of open land, a lot of houses. They manage their free land well. So it was just beautiful, that trip in there, because otherwise I would have just had a different view of Slovakia. It looked like that if you ever seen the movie Euro Trip, when the group ends up accidentally and ends up being dropped off by a truck driver in someplace in Eastern Europe. They just call it Eastern Europe, which is kind of ham-handed way to handle that. They have next time we come in to town, they got day trips going to 2-day trips going to Budapest, Vienna. I'm thinking where else could we go? There's a whole bunch of places to go to, and Krakow, which I didn't seem to make this time, which I really don't mind. We had a good time anyway. Just running into the people were nice. And it's always fun, international travel, trying to use the language, having people correct me, which I don't mind. And then they speak English, and they go, they get a little tired of you trying to speak their language. I guess maybe they're almost a little upset that I'm kind of like really screwing it up. But who knows? But it's a lot of interesting people out here. I will talk to you later, and from Miami, there'll be no more stops for me between now and then, and hopefully I'll be talking from Miami tomorrow night. Talk to you later. Bye.